Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm gonna show you how you can create a portfolio website just like this using HTML and CSS. Before directly jump right into the design part, let me show you the features of this website that we are going to design right now in this video. So here we have, as you can see from my computer screen, here is the website having a linear gradient background image. We have a website logo on the left side and a navigation menus having a beautiful hover over effect right here. And also on the left side we have a text having different styles and a call to action buttons right here. The best part is this website has a sign up form just like this one. You can sign up using your name, your email, or you can log in using social medias right here. As you can see here, we have a select option right here. How did you find us? From here, you can select either friends, search engine, or much more. Now, if this sound is interesting, watch the entire video and then you will have a knowledge to create such type of website without any HTML and CSS skill. I'm gonna show you from scratch having this. Now, let's jump right into the design part. Enjoy! Here we are inside VS Code. Over here we have index.html document and style.css, and also we have an image folder containing the background image and the logo image. So over here this index.html document contains the basic formats of HTML document. Now it is better to link this CSS document with index.html document. As you see here, this is the universal selector, font family, font size, and text rendering optimized legibility. Okay, so now we have to create a class name container, and inside this class name we have to create another class having a navbar class name, and inside this navbar we have two parts. The first is the logo section and the second one is the navigation menu. Inside the logo div class, using an image element, image src, this image element takes two important attributes. The first one is src and type attribute. So src defines the location and the URL of the image. Let's say alt logo image, and then create another class contain an order list, and then ul class name menu bar. Inside an order list we have to list out a list item, list anchor tag href, and the first list item will be home. Now let me copy this 4 times and paste over here and change home into about, service, portfolio, and contact. Okay, now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have, right? Okay, then using a class selector navbar and img and height 8 pixel margin. Okay, here we have, right? Okay, now a navbar class selector with 90 pixel, height 100 pixel, display inline flex, and now let me save and refresh. Here we are, right? Okay, then justify content, space between, now save and refresh. Here we are. Using a class selector menu bar, list style, none, save and refresh. Here we are. Okay, then using descendant selector menu bar and li, any list item inside the menu bar class have such property: margin 20 pixel, display inline block. Now let me save and refresh. Here we are, right? Okay, let me copy this and paste over here, and again any text inside the anchor tag have such property: menu bar LI text decoration none font size 120%, which means that the global font size over here is 60 pixel. So 120% of 60 pixel will be some number. And color, let me select the font color over here, olive. Now let me save and refresh. Here we have. And now again, text transform uppercase, save and refresh. At scroll right. A descendant selector menu bar LI hover margin bottom 7 pixel padding border bottom 2 pixel solid maroon and padding 5 pixel from top and bottom 10 pixel from right and left. Now let me save and refresh. Here we are, right? Okay. Now let me add a transition 0.2 second easy in. Save and refresh. Cool. Okay, now it's time to style the portfolio menu bar. So to do this, inside this list item, we need to use a special element, span. Inside this span element, we have nest the portfolio. And then using the selector menu bar, first let me copy this and paste over here, and let me delete this and add a span. Any element inside a span and color will be just like this. You can select any color, it is up to you. And let me change the color into white and background color. Such color you can select any color as you want, it is your interest. And border radius will be 100 pixel. Now let me save and refresh. Here we are, right? And then we need to add padding 5 pixel from the top and bottom and 10 pixel from right and left. And let me change the background color. Okay, and now let me refresh again. Here we have, right? Okay, it is cool. Okay, now it's time to change the hover over effect of this portfolio menu bar. Let me copy this and paste over here, and then add a pseudo class selector hover. Let me change the background color. Let me select the background color just like this, and let me remove this. It's not necessary, and the color will be, the font color will be just like yellow. And now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we are, right? It is cool. Are you with me? If so, congratulations, you have finished the navigation bar over here. Okay, now it is time to add this text and this call to action button. Over here we have h3 tag, h1 tag, and paragraph tag, and also call to action button. And now inside the container class, we have to create another div class named about me. By the way, you have assigned any class name as you want. It's up to you. And inside this class, we have to create different head tag, paragraph tag, and anchor tag. First h1 tag, h3 tag, h3 element, h3 over here again, and then paragraph element over here, p. Finally we have anchor tag having href attribute. And then now let me copy this text and paste over here, and again copy this h1 tag and paste over here, copy this text also, this h3 tag, and paste inside h3 tag. After that, let me copy this paragraph inside p tag. And now let me copy this call to action button over here and paste over here. And again copy this get started button and copy over here. Okay, now let me save and refresh again. Here we have, right? Okay, let me add comment over here. This section is about me section, and then using a class selector about me, and let me add first comment over here, and then over here using about me class selector and position absolute top 50%, left let me say 30%, and transition transform transition minus 10%, and again 30%. And now let me save and refresh. Here we have, let me decrease left to 10%, and now again let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have, and now over here let me add BR tag in order to start this text on new line. Over here BR, copy this BR tag and paste over here, again paste over here, and let me see in my web browser. Here we have this cool, right? And now it is time to style this text. And now it's time to style the text. So using a descendant selector, about me and h3, having color, such color, font size 150%, line height 170%, and text transform capitalize. And then now let me save and refresh. Here we have, right? Now again using the same selector, but instead of h3, h1. About me, h1, text transform capitalize, font size 250% of 60 pixels. It will be some number and color black. It's nice, right? And now it is time to style this paragraph tag. So, and again using paragraph selector, color black. Here we are, right? Let me remove this P. Again, it is better to have one paragraph element over here. So now let me save and refresh. Here is it. It is nice. And now it's time to decorate this web design and SEO expert and the name just like this. So to do this, we have to use a special element which is span. So next, every element that we are interested to decorate or to style inside a span element, as you see here, and then using this span selector and about me class, copy this, paste over here, and span. So any span element inside about me class have a color, have a font color, let me say orange. Now save and refresh. Here we have, right? It's nice and cool. Okay, now it is time to add a linear fixed background image just like this using a class selector container, and over here container, and then background image URL and the location of the image background image.jpg. Here we have the image which is found inside the image folder, and then now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have. Okay, now let me add another property, height 100 viewport height with 100%. Save again and refresh. Here we have, right? Here we have the background image, and then background position, center, background size, cover, background repeat, no repeat, background attachment, fixed. Let's save and refresh again. Here we have, and then we need to add a linear gradient for this background image. So here we have a linear gradient and RGB color code starts from top to bottom. Now let me save and refresh. Here we have a nice background image having transparent and a fixed position. Okay, now it's time to style a call to action button. So to do this, create a class name btn, and again let me say this btn ghost, and again for this let me create another class, copy this class name and paste, change this btn ghost into btn full. Okay, then using this class selector btn, first let me add a comment in order to organize my code, and then call to action, this call to action area btn, and text transform uppercase, text decoration none, font family Arial. Now let me save and refresh. Here we are, right? Let me add another style. Okay, over here using a class selector, BTN Ghost, color, white. Over here, background, BTN Ghost, background, transparent. Over here, we will add transition 0.2 second is padding 5 pixels from the top and 10 pixels from right and left. Now, here we have border radius also 100 pixel. Over here we need to add another property which is border 2 pixel solid FFF white color, solid white. And now let me save and refresh. Here we have a nice call to action button. Now it's time to style get started call to action button. Let me copy this and paste over here, and let me change this into BTN full and change color of border. Let me say the border will be, let me say, orange. And now let me save and refresh. Here we have. But we need to add a background color over here. And first let me add margin right 20 pixel. And now let me remove this background and change into background color orange. Okay, here we have. And now again save and refresh. Here we have. Now it's time to add a hover over effect on this call to action button. So to do this, using a class selector, BTN full and BTN ghost having a pseudo class selector hover. First, let me copy this and paste over here. Now let me change the color to a little bit yellow. And again, let me copy this color code and paste over the border. And now let me change the font color into a little bit black, and then add a pseudo selector hover over each class selector. Hover over here. Okay, now let me save and refresh. When you hover, it is right, it is cool. Are you with me? If so, congratulations, you are finished this area. And now we will move into to create this sign-in form. Stick around. Are you still with me? If so, congratulations. Now let's walk you through to create this sign-up form. Okay, in order to create this sign-up form, we need to have a special element which is form, and then we need to create class name, class contact form. After that, inside this form field, we have sign up here and different input field. So over here, h3 tag and sign in here, and also we have div. Inside this div, we have an input field. So type text placeholder, enter your username here, and it should be required. And then we need to create another input field for email submission. Okay, now instead of text, we replace it using email and enter your email here, and it is required. Now using this class selector contact form over here, before that a comment over here, and then background color, let me say orange, later we will change, and position absolute. Let me save and refresh again. Here we have, right? Okay, now top up will be 70%, left 70%, and now let me save and refresh. Here we have. Let me decrease top into 25%. That's better. Here is it. Cool, right? Now padding 20 pixels, and then using a class selector contact form in h3 and background color white FFF. Let me delete this, it's not necessary. And padding will be, let's say, 5 pixel, font weight 500, and then font size 150% of 60 pixels. After that, border radius 100 pixel, text align, center, finally text transform, capitalize. Position, it should be deleted. Save and refresh. Here we have. Now let's move into to create this select option. So to do this, come over here and create a div element. Inside this div, we need to have a special element. Select. Okay, inside this select element, we need to have an option. Option 1 will be friends, and over here we need to have name. Let me say find and id. Let me say select. Over here we need to have another element label. Inside this label element, we need to have another attribute for which have similar value, just like ID, and then write the text that are displayed in my web browser. How did you find us? Okay, now let me save and refresh. Here we have a select field. Okay, now let me add another select field. We need to have value, friends, and option, search engine, advertising, and others. So by default, if you use this selected attribute, this will be selected while the visitor browses your web page. So now, as you see here, there is a label. In this label, we have a for attribute. The value of the for attribute should be similar to the value of the ID attribute inside the select element. So now let me save and refresh. Here we have, right? When you click on this, how do you find us? It automatically hover over on the selected option due to the relation of ID and for attribute having a similar value. So now you can select anything as you want. Now it's time to style this form field. So over here, using input and now using input type text and input type email as well as and select. So over here we need to style this input field using input type email and input type text as well as select element. And now first property will be with 100% border bottom 1 pixel solid. Let me say orange, and later we'll change it. Also we'll add padding. Let me say 7 pixel margin, 10 pixel from top and bottom, and auto from left and right, and height also auto. Finally let me add a background transparent. Save and refresh. Here we have a transparent background, and let me change this just like this. So let me change the color, the border bottom color, just like this. And now let me save and refresh. Here we have, we need to remove this border hidden, and refresh in my web browser. Here we have, okay, over here we have another error. Let me save again. Here we have, here is the text field and here is the email field, as well as here is the select option. Also using a label selector, label font size 120%, color white. Save and refresh. Here we have the label elements, the font color and the font size become changed. Now let me add another input field, checkbox input type checkbox ID newsletter name newsletter. By default it is checked. If you use check it, it automatically check it. And label for newsletter. In order to integrate this input element and this label field, we have to use the value of the for attribute, and the ID attribute should be similar. So now, and add non-breaking and BSP in order to have more space. Keep me login. And again, input type submit button over here, value sign in, or you can assign any name, save or submit class btn. We will have a paragraph tag and an anchor tag, and also h4 tag over here. And now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have, okay, over here we need to have a transparent linear background. Okay, so to do this, over here we have a linear gradient transparent background. You can use RGB color code or hexadecimal color code. This should be separated by comma. Now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have. And now let me style this sign in button using input type submit selection. So over here, input type submit, input type equal submit background a little bit greenish black and padding 4 pixel from top and bottom, 25 pixel from left and right, and the font color will be white. Text transform uppercase, align content center, border 1 pixel solid, and having this color code. Border radius, let me say 40 pixel, and margin will be 10 pixel. Now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have. Okay, now let me add a hover over effect on this call to action button. So again, using input type submit hover background color a little bit greenish black and border also 1 pixel solid greenish color white, and again save and refresh. Here is it. It is cool and nice. And now we need to add this hover effect on the input field. So to do this, using input type selector and hover effect and pseudo class selector, as you see here, input type text hover, input type email, hover border hidden, border bottom 2 pixel solid purple, background color having this color code, and margin 10 pixel and auto. And let me increase this border into 2 pixel as well. Now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here is it. Now we have to style the text that are found inside the input field. So to do this, using a placeholder and style over here, input dot dot placeholder color font color white, font size 120% of 60 pixel, and text transform will be unset, or you can leave it. And now let me save and refresh. Here we have a white color text. Okay, here is it. Now let me style the text that are found inside the P tag. So to do this, using a descendant selector, contact form and P over here, contact form and P font style italic, text align center, margin 5 pixel from top and bottom, and auto from left and right. Now let me save and refresh. Here we have. Now we need to style the text that are found inside H4 tag, login with. And to do this, again, using a descendant selection, contact form and H4, as you see here, contact form, class selector, and H4 inside the contact form class have this property, font style, italic, margin bottom, 5 pixel, background color, just like this, text align, center, font size, 150% of 60 pixel, which is the global font size that I placed on the body selector, and padding 1 pixel, font weight 500, and border radius 100 pixel, and text transform capitalized. Now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have a nice login with, and the only thing left is to add social media icons. So in order to add social media icons, over here we need to integrate this font awesome, this CSS, all those CSS that are found inside CSS folder into the HTML document. This is found from Font Awesome website. This document is found from fontawesome.com. So first you should download it, and after extract and integrate with HTML document. So to do this, inside this HTML document, we need to have integrate this font awesome with HTML in order to access different icons. Like for the time being, we are intended to access different social media icons. Over here, it is found on the vendors folder, vendors, and found on inside CSS folder, and the name of this document is all.css. And now we will add different social media icons over here. So to do this, over here we have a div element having a class name social link, and inside this div element we have an order list having a class name social media links. Inside this unordered list we have a list item that contain different social media icons like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So here we have, these also have a class name, FB, Facebook, and so on. So here we have different social media links that are placed on an order list format. So in order to remove this unordered list format and to align this one to the other, before that let me create a comment over here, social media links, and now using a class selector, social media links, list style none. Here we have social media links, list style none. And also using a descendant selector, social media links with li, any list item inside a class of social media links have such property: display line block, margin left 25 pixel. And now let me save and refresh. Here we have, right? So we need to increase the font size. So in order to increase the font size, we need to use another class .fb. Here is the class. Here is the class FAB. So over here, font size 250%. And now let me save and refresh. Here we have. Finally, we need to add different hover over effect and font color for different social media icons. For this demonstration purpose, I've just changed the color, the font color of this Facebook icon, and you will do just like this for others. So over here, using a class selector, Facebook, and another class selector, social media links. So now the combination of the two will be, let me save and refresh. Here we have. Okay, we'll do for others. Okay, you can only change the color. It is just simple as you see here. And now let me save and refresh. Here we have. After that, we need to add hover over. And now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have. It is cool, right? It is as simple as you see. Okay, are you still with me? If so, thank you, congratulations. And the only thing left is to add this footer menu. Okay, to do that, outside of the container class, we need to create a footer element. Footer is better to do offline. Okay, here we have footer having a class name, footer section, and section class, lower footer section also, and div class. There is a div element inside a lower footer section having a row, having a name row, and there is a p tag and an order list. So p tag, there is also an order list that contains the list item about us, blog, help, support, Android app, and iOS app. And then now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have, right? So we need to style this. So to do that, using a class selector, lower footer section, and over here, okay, now lower footer section, background color dark, margin 0 in the top, padding 10 pixel from top, bottom, right and left, padding bottom 30 pixel, and padding top 30 pixel. So now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have, isn't it? Now again, using a class selector, row, and over here with 100% height, 100 pixel display flex. And now let me change this background color into red to have a better understand. Let me save and refresh. Here we have. Here we have an order list, and here we have a paragraph tag as you observe here. Let me change just like this to see clearly. Let me refresh. Here we have a nice background, and now let me add another property, which is justify content space between. So again, here we have. And now let me style this paragraph. So to do this, over here, using the descendant selector, lower footer section and P color, weight, font size 120%, font weight 500. Save and refresh. Here we have. And then we need to style this unordered list and list item. So in order to remove this bullet point, we have to use footer menu list style none, and any list item inside footer menu class have a display value of a line block and padding right 30 pixels. Now let me save and refresh. Okay, here we have. Okay, finally we need to style this link using a descendant selector, footer menu, and anchor tag. Over here, this is found inside anchor tag. So footer menu, list item, anchor tag. Any element inside this anchor tag that are found inside list element, this list element should be found inside a class name footer menu. Have such property: text transform, uppercase text decoration, none, color, weight, font size 100%, 120%, and font weight 500. And now let me save and refresh. Here we have. So we need to change the background color. Let me say a little bit black, and we need to add a hover over effect on this list item. So using a pseudo selector, hover color just like an orangey color, and margin bottom 1 pixel and border bottom 2 pixel, solid pink. Now let me save and refresh. Here we have, right? Here is it. So we have just completed our design. As you see here, there is a fixed background image and a transparent as well. Here we have, you can select, and if you click on sign in, it says that please fill out the field. So due to having a required, and this by default is checked due to the presence of checked attribute inside the input field. And over here we have different social media icons, and also we have a call to action button. So now, congratulations, you have completed this portfolio website design. Okay, this is all about today's video. If you have any question concerning here, let me know in the comment section below. If you love such type of content, hit the like button and share to your friend for YouTube algorithm to push this video to reach in front of another people. And then for more programming related video, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell icon to be notified while I come out a daily programming training video just like this one. With that being said, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.